Gaffer, thanks for taking the time to speak to us. Given the balance of play, it feels like 2 points dropped rather than a point gain today, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough to say, really, in terms of, I thought, on the way the game went, I thought we edged the game in terms of our endeavour in that to go and take the game to Plymouth. And the players showed that all afternoon. I think probably from the first goal, which I've not looked back on it yet, it looked just like a lapse of concentration from our point, but the response was good. And we took the game to Plymouth, got back into the game, and then we showed a great appetite and impetus in the game to go and win it second half. Probably if I've got one small critique with us was probably that we didn't quite get that final touch in their defending box that would have took us the lead. But credit to the players. I said, your commitment and endeavour to go and want to win the game and trying to win the game, we can't fault.
It didn't feel like a game we deserved to be behind in at any point. And when they scored against the run of play, so dramatically against the run of play, it really could have knocked the confidence of the boys, but they didn't seem to drop task. They seemed to pick back up and go straight back out for the equaliser.
That's right, Raj. And as I said, here we feel that in terms of where we're working and what we've been doing as a group, there's always been an air of positivity in the group, despite what you might think in terms of the results. And the boys showed that again today, in terms of being on the front foot, in terms of forcing errors from Plymouth, regaining the second ball phases, playing quickly, and getting up into the final third, and trying to commit those bodies forward to go and win the game. As I said, it was a tight game in a mental capacity, because both teams wanted to win, but both teams didn't want to lose the game. But with us being at home at the John Smith, the onus was on us to take the game to them, and I thought we did that today, but we just couldn't get that all-important second goal.
It was a different kind of challenge for us today. I don't think there's been many sides who have set up with so many men behind the ball against us as Plymouth have. It was a new task for them in the final third to try and break that down. Is that an area you think we struggled with today?
Yeah, when later in the second half, they dropped into a deep block, a 5-4-1, and got sort of 10, possibly 11 times behind the ball. But us being the home team, the onus was on us to go and win the game. And I thought we tried to show that initiative. And then they obviously wanted to try and counter and break on us. But even when they did do that, I thought our transition phase was good to regain control of the game and start off another attack. But as I said, we didn't really, to get that second goal, we wanted that second goal, and it just didn't quite come. The shots that we got off was either blocked or a little bit off target and a bit wayward. So, but again, I said to the boys, the endeavour that they showed to try to do the right things, I've got to give them credit for.
It's a different kind of disappointment, isn't it? Because it's not as if it's a particularly poor performance or a result that is drastically bad in any sense, but it's the fact that we know we're capable of more and capable of better, and that just hasn't been shown with that final goal coming to tip 3 points in our favour.
Yeah, as I said, earlier, I think over the last half a dozen performances, I think our performances have been getting better. I look at today's, and it was another good performance in terms of the boys and in terms of showing that energy, commitment. And today was just it was always a nearly moment kind of thing. But the performance is enabling us to do that. And what we have to just do, Raj, is continue to do that, but keep pushing hard to get even better, and force a lot of these draws that we're getting into wins. And as we know, the line between the winning a game and losing the game or drawing the game is a very, very thin line. We want to be on the other side to winning it, but also in order to do that, we have to show the performance and the commitment that we have been showing, and we need to keep building on top of those.
If we go into a couple of particulars from the game, one decision before was to play Brodie Spencer at the left side of a back three. Against Manchester City last time out, Rahmani started back there alongside Tom and Mahal. What was the thinking behind that? Is it Brodie's extra pace that perhaps was the difference there?
Yeah, because Plymouth are very dangerous counter-attacking teams through transitions. And I thought we nullified their threat. And if you look at a lot of their threats come from the left-hand side of the pitch. So with Brodie and Jacko there, we nullified that. And I thought he'd done a great job there. I thought his performance was strong again. and he's shown his versatility and his adaptability, and we know he can play out on that left-hand side. And he probably gave the team a little bit more of that balance on that left-hand side. So that was the reason him playing there and done well.
I think one surprise for supporters, even though you'd mentioned the late fitness test for him, was the fact that Bojan Radulovic couldn't start today. It's not a major issue for him, is it?
No, it's not a major issue at all. It's more of a precautionary, through no fault of anybody's own. It's just one of them things where we think he just striked a ball on his own, and it probably just caught something minute, really. So with the complaints yesterday and today, we just couldn't take the risk with him. So as I said, with Bojan, he's a real important part for us from now to the end of the season, and not just about one game.
You'd rather he was available for more games than jeopardise his fitness long term by rushing him to play when he's perhaps a little bit uncomfortable, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and the advice that we had from the medical team was that the discomfort that he's feeling, it was a high risk to playing today. So we took the collective decision to not play him today.
You had Jonathan Hogg back today in the middle, who managed to complete 90 minutes after a period of feeling unwell. Ben Jackson as well played in the cup, but he was back in the league today. That must be nice for you to have those bodies to call back on.
Yeah, both of them were really important, and they'll get stronger because they've had a bout of illness, both of them, and both of them have been under heavy antibiotics prescribed by the doctor. So to get them two back and for them two to do 90 minutes today was credit to them, really. And yeah, they'll get stronger with that one.
You made the decision to take Alex Matos as well off in the second half and bring on Tom Yennaris, who'd obviously made his debut against Manchester City in the Cup. For him to play in the Sky Bet Championship in a game that means this much with it hanging in the balance speaks a lot of how highly you think of him.
That you got it, Raj. He's a real good player, and hopefully the Huddersfield Town fans will see that. You know, we've got a real top talented youngster there, and I thought the way he come on into that magnitude of game, the way he handled the ball, the way he went looking for the ball, the options he gave the boys in the ball for one so young, it was a top matured performance. And putting him into that environment in the game and putting him into a league game shows what we think of Tom as a youngster. And I had no hesitation in putting him on there, and credit to Tom. I told him well done after the game.
There's no shortage of pressure or expectation on any game you play at this level. We've got Blackburn Rovers away a week today at their place at Ewood Park. What does the next week look like between now and then for the team?
Yeah, another hard week, and another week that we look forward to because we get a full week to work. And we look at the condition of the group. Obviously, we've spoken about one or two of the injured players. We look at those over the course of the week. And hopefully everybody's come off unscathed today, and we get to work a full week in preparation for another important game next week, really. So the week will consist of more work, more training, and building towards that Blackburn game, which will be a different game today.
Excellent. Darren, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers. Thank you.